Hi, I'm, you can call me Barry. Uh, I'm the Divine Empress and the Divine Emperor, all in one. I walk this path alone except for walk with God. Uh, and uh, I've been thinking about this all day yesterday and all like that last night. And this thing with this war that we've got going on over there is something that I think it weighs a little bit on everybody's mind. And so let me act like I'm a spiritual leader and first reach out to the Iranian people. Uh, we the people, that's how our Constitution is read, we the people didn't agree to this war. We don't have any animosity towards you people. Uh, we have a soon not to be president in office who had a job which is supposed to be foreign affairs is his primary job. He sucks at it. And for him to say that he was going to end your civilization, I can assure you that the American people don't agree with that one bit. And we didn't agree with having people go over there and fight a war that has been going on for the last 2,000 years. We worship the same God you do, the same God that Israel does. So he's watching everything that we do, and the way I see it, what Mr. Trump did over there is a blight on our record. I think we learned in Vietnam to not go around getting in other people's squabbles, and but he jumped on the chance. I don't know what he was thinking, and that's not all the trouble he's got going on. But my hearts go out to your people, and for people that were killed or wounded, hurt. It wasn't the wish of the American people for any of that to happen. The channels weren't gone through to pull our military into anything, and what he did was illegal. And I'm sure that our courts are going to be having something to say about war crimes and stuff. So let me say, and I probably can say this in regards to all the people, is that, listen, we didn't wish for this, and we really don't have a problem with the Iranian people. We weren't at war with you, and we didn't intend to be at war with you. So you might, I know that probably doesn't do a whole lot of good for the damage that you've taken, but just from one human being to the next, we didn't want war with you. Anyway, that's what I had to say to the Iranian people and to the American people. I'm one of you, and I know that this administration has done a lot of wrong. Now I hear that they're giving Mr. Trump till noon today to resign, and I think he needs to do it because they're threatening prison time if he doesn't. But rightfully, I think he should get it whether or not he resigns, because really, this thing with Epstein, and that was a cover up. He just was trying to cover up his crimes, and then this thing with Israel and Iran. He never went to Congress and asked for, whenever they want war, they have to go to the Congress and say, listen, I want to declare war on something. And they have to look at it and say, well, we can either say yes or no. And I don't think that the majority would have said yes to this. But his cabinet members didn't offer him much in the right way. I don't know why everybody's so scared of Mr. Trump. I don't get that. But if your congressman or your senators had anything to do with voting to keep him from being impeached that time, then I would suggest that you get to vote, get to the polls this midterm and vote them people out of office, because they have no place in a government of a peace-loving society, and they're not leaders, or they wouldn't have followed blindly to this guy to go and just do anything he wanted to do. Because I would think that if you're going to be a congressman, a senator, or a House of Representatives person, you would know the limits of your job and what your job is and what the president's job is, because he's supposedly your boss, but in a way, you got to think of it like this. You're not there to do what this rogue president tells you to do. You're there to represent the people of your state. And if you're not representing the people of that state, then you're remiss, man. You're not doing your job. Even what most of us learned that in the 8th grade when we went to civics class. So if y'all can't get it down, start thinking you got all this power and stuff. And y'all are the ones who vote presidents, and you screwed the pooch on this one, because that guy didn't never need to be a president. And I'll be curious to see what financial things he took out of the office and did illegally too. And for some reason, this guy just wimps down when it comes to Mr. Putin. I don't get that. He's got what do you call it? Well, whatever it is, he's skewed, man. He ain't right. He's supposed to work for the American people. He seems to be working for Mr. Putin. Anyway, I've got that to say, and then you've got these kids that were in the Epstein deal. Man, that's just a crying shame. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government is broken, and we need to get down to get it fixed. The first thing we got to do is get some of these long-time senators out of there who think that they just can do anything they want. And certainly we need to get the administration out of there that's doing all these crimes, because what they did were crimes. Okay, so anyway, but other than that, I know I haven't been around much because I don't know, I just had to, I just felt like I needed to take a break from this and come to terms with where I'm at and how I'm going to do this thing. What's my plan? So, and I've been coming up with a pretty good one, but I'll be here, and I know the people in the spiritual community. Many of you I've come to know a little bit. I like you guys. You fit me, And like I said, I don't believe that most of us would have said, yeah, let's go get them, let's go bomb them. No. Most of us would have said, no, I haven't seen any diplomacy here going on. And I think that you should darn sure go with diplomacy before you ever drop bombs. You know? I mean, that would just be my way. And I just don't think that Iran did that much. I mean, maybe they don't need a bomb. But I never understood why, I mean, honest, as long as they're, being a little overzealous about things, and well, maybe they shouldn't have a bomb, but I still don't think that you should go around bombing schools and houses and stuff with civilians in it, and then talking about taking out all their bridges and their power stations and stuff. I mean, come on. They didn't do anything to us. Nothing that we haven't done. I mean, we make weapons, and stuff, and as long as they haven't done anything more than that, then that's like the pot calling the kettle black, isn't it? So, the best thing we could do is get rid of all the nuclear bombs from everybody. But, that's not going to happen because these authoritarian governments was it seems to me that Mr. Trump was trying to make our government into, and we are not an authoritarian government. We are a republic, and yes, we work on a democratic system, but we're not a democracy. We are a republic. So, but still, you vote things in, and that's what our Congress is for. And they just bypassed the Congress altogether. And why the Congress would just sit there and let them do it? I mean, come on, guys, stand up. Now you got to fix your mess. You got to fix the mess that your president got you into, because you're just as guilty as he is by letting him do it. Because I will stand up for the Supreme Court or these judges that stood up. Good for you. Well, at least one of our checks and balances seems to be working. Yay for you guys. Just hang with it, because we can't let that shit slide. Because our founding fathers had a idea, and and when it comes down to it, my I'm not a religious man. I'm not, but I am God's chosen, and I'm anointed, and I know that God wouldn't agree to that. He was like, first off, I mean, yeah, the Jews are His chosen people, but the Jews got to do, right also, and so if they're doing the things that Mr. Trump was doing, then they need to check themselves. You don't go around bombing schools. You don't. I don't know how many people were killed. I have kids that killed and all that, but if they killed one, it was enough. It's a crime, and they need to look at that. I mean, we just don't go and do that. I mean, and listen, we know he represented us in a bad way, and now we've got a black eye, and that's not a good thing, because the American people don't generally. I mean, at least we are told we don't do things like that, and just go wild on somebody like that, and then, but I imagine you scared those people to death, telling them we're going to end your whole, your civilization, end it altogether. But no, I don't know of anybody in America who would have agreed to that. I don't know anybody who would have agreed if they'd have been asked to send our kids over there and get in a war. Like I said, it's been going on for 2,000 years and probably won't stop until Jesus comes down here and makes it stop. So, but I for one, am for getting our kids back home. And I don't have any kids over there. My kid's grown, and he's already done his time, and I did my time in service. But those kids over there don't need to be over there. Not in putting their lives on the line for this. No way. They need to get them home. But like I said, most of us are good, God-fearing people. We love God. We love our lives. We love our kids. And all this did was put us in a bad situation. And like I said, we weren't represented in this thing. So that all people know that the American people were not represented in this. The presidential administration was represented in this. But what, I don't know. I mean, what did they get out of it? I don't know. Do you think it was going to... Everything was a Emergency War Powers Act or something. That is not something you do over someone else's war. We were never in danger, and if it was up to me to say, you people aren't going to be in danger either, because the American people aren't going to go for this, so don't worry, you're safe. We have no want to go to war with you or anybody else over there for that matter. We're just over here doing our work, or working and doing our thing, really. Mr. Roosevelt would have probably told him, well, I don't think we're going to go to that, I mean, this guy's got to be the worst president that we've ever seen in the history of America. I mean, I've never heard of one go down as far as 30% approval rating. That's pretty low. So the numbers speak for themselves. Anyway, and just to say, I wanted to say thank you for all the people that support me, and I get on the like TikTok or YouTube, and they're very nice. They're very kind, and I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy that God chose, and I'm busy writing my story right now so that I can, because I know they're going to have me say it and all that stuff, but it's hard to make them say all the hard stuff that I've been through, but and all the stupid things I did, but I'm forcing myself. You know what I mean? What do you say? Human's human. That's what we are, and ain't none of us are perfect. And I sure as hell don't meet it. I don't meet perfect one bit. But hey, but I love y'all, and I wish no ill upon anybody, and I never want to. I would like to see us just throw all those guns and those bombs out the window, because I'll tell you what, you get somebody who's been on there and seen war. Them's the guys that are going to be preaching the most to keep us out of wars, because listen, war is hell and nobody wants it. We don't need it, I mean, if we can't talk it out and come to a decision, well, we probably didn't we don't need it that bad anyway, you know what I mean? I don't know, going over and trying to make somebody change their government and all this stuff. I think that there's a law written somewhere in the United States that you're not allowed to go around killing people's, presidents or their leaders and trying to install them as governments. And they used to do that back in the 50s and 60s, I guess, but that's kind of been frowned upon. People, they have the rights to make their governments the way they want them. And sometimes it's not a good one, but ours has lasted over 200 years. It's probably lasted longer than any government yet, so it's a pretty good government, and it just means that the people that are running that government need to get in and do their jobs the way they're supposed to, so that those checks and balances stay in place, so we can take people like Mr. Trump and put him out of our government, because he has no place in being a president. He certainly has no place on having his finger on the button and having, our military at his hand. You know what I mean? It's just like giving a 2-year-old a loaded gun. Someone's going to get hurt. So anyway, that's what I had to say about that, and I hope that you all agree. And so listen, come this it's going to be a pretty big and important election time whenever these midterms come up, and I think that if someone in your government, just who's like the people they sent to Washington, if they had anything to do with sitting on their hands while Mr. Trump did anything he wanted, then I'd vote them out, because they showed no leadership at all. There are some of them who actually stood up and said, "Hey, this shit ain't working," and those people need to be commended. Hey, keep them in there. There are some people that are good, and some people are just, But I saw these Republican people side in with Mr. Trump and let him do whatever he wanted, and we all knew it was wrong then. And I just wondered how long it was going to take. Well, now we've had enough, So, and I know 90% of us feel that way. We're sick of watching our government and the Constitution being walked all over, and I'm sure that our founding fathers are turning over in their graves right now. So stand up, be counted, vote these people out of office so we can fix this government, and let them learn their jobs. Let them make sure that they know their jobs when they get there. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, but I love you guys, and I love the American people. And listen, I don't know a whole lot of the Iranian people, but I'm sure they're it's a culture shock. I'm sure to us, but that's the way they live, because that's the way they want to live. That's who they are, and we have no right to tell them how to live. They are their own people, and the Israel people, the Israelis, that they are the same way. They're their own people, and all of us have a right to exist. And so I say that, and the American people will tell you, we think you all of you have as much right as we do. We're no better than you are. We all have rights to exist. So let's put down our arms and try to get along here. And the people who are in government who just want to pick a fight, go see the Congress first. Go see those judges first, because you better have a damn good reason. Because if you don't, you're going to be out of there. We're just not into it. And God's coming in here. He's trying to get us to raise our consciousness now, and become the kind of people that He intended us to be. And He's watching real close. Trust me, I know. I talk to Him. He talks to me. And it's time, that we raise our consciousness to a place where we're not going around having to have wars. Fact is, this paradigm shift and this evolution of mankind's consciousness, that's what it's all about. It's to stop the wars. I mean, that's the exact words He told me. It's to stop the wars. So, and I think we can all get along with that. I don't know how they're going to fix this thing. I'm not that deep. I mean, I'm not in the government. I'm just a spiritual kind of leader. And but it's important to us as it is to you, you know. And let's be real about it. None of us want this fight. It's not worth the fight. Somebody screwed the pooch on this one, and now it's time for us to fix it. And God bless you all, and God bless us. And just know that the American people didn't go along with this. This one's on Mr. Trump. Anyway, I hope you understand. And God bless us all. And y'all have a good day. And let's hope that it is a good day. And nobody gets killed behind any kind of warmongering. Alright? Alright. And then we'll all be winners.